Dash here with Rolling Bones. Today we're going to look at my Hall of Shame. This is the projects that I've started and never finished. Some of them are from more recent times, some of them are from years ago that I probably should just scrap and start over or just not worry about. But for one reason or another, they're still hanging around, still have thoughts of finishing. I hope that this motivates me to finish some of them like more quickly and maybe just scrap others and start over if I want to do them or just move on from them. Hope you enjoy this. I hope it maybe motivates some of you guys to, if you have some of these projects, maybe to finish them or to reevaluate them. I don't think there's anything wrong with having projects like this. I mean, sometimes you get interested in something, want to do it, and then one of the things that happens to me is I move on to a new game and I'm not worried about that current game, so I start looking at so then I start moving on to new terrain for that new game, but I'll still go back to that old game, so I should, I want to keep myself in, have those things there so that I can go back and start from there instead of starting from scratch, or at least having some idea, and maybe I've grown, moved on, and I can take that stuff that I've done and change it or restart, but have that same goal in mind. So nothing's wrong with having these projects, just I have a lot and some of them should be finished. So let's take a look at those. This here is probably one of the projects that I am the most sad that I haven't finished. Doesn't look like much right now, but what this is some tiles, some 1 foot by 1 foot tiles that are for modular table building. So these ones here are just for grass and kind of some flat ground. This here is for like grass areas and some rivers. Then these with the sandpaper on them, these are going to be roads, and then like sidewalks. So here's the road, here's the sidewalk, and I just haven't moved forward with it. Part of it is there are a lot of pieces to this project. I think I chose to do about 32 pieces. Here we have a guard tower that I started on a long time ago. Just kind of started piecing things together, had no real goal in the end. I will probably, as I continue to finish this, I'll probably make it a ruined guard tower, like some ruins that have been smashed and been sitting for a long time, just to justify the lack of exactness and the sloppiness of it. I have a few of these. They're just some little generators I started working on and just have never gotten back to adding any of the details and stuff and linking them together. So I was gonna have a few of these tiled together. A lot of my like scatter terrain like this, I do it on just old CDs that I have that have been kicking around, and so it makes it pretty easy just to throw that on the table and not have to worry about much. Doesn't take up much space, and even if it doesn't match the board, a lot of the time the terrain or the nature of it makes it okay, at least for me. Other people might feel differently, but I want to go back and finish these. Have a whole set of them that just want to have them there for scatter terrain, but they make good little generators or whatever you want to use for them. This one is a large inn that I have mostly finished. Most of what needs to be left is painting and a few like odds and ends that still need to be fixed. Here we have two pieces of terrain that aren't really tied together, didn't start out on them together or anything, but I put them in the same category because the construction of them and everything is pretty much the same, but This one's just a desert ruin building that I just need to go through and finish. Again, I use it in games, so I might be a little while before I'm motivated to finish it. And then this one I need to go through, get paint on, and finish. And I'll probably do them together so that they can be played on my desert board pretty well and pretty cohesively. But those ones just need to be finished as well. So this one needs its base coat and everything like that on it. This one needs the details, extras that I'm going to put on there, and things like that, which is, this one needs all of that as well. Just this one has some of that already taken care of. Here we have some items primarily for a Western game. Really not much linking them. These two, so this one and this one, were a kit that I picked up at Hobby Lobby on clearance for other things. I just decided to use them as some Western stuff, or I could use it in fantasy as well. So just a corral type thing that I put together and just need to go through and finish and paint and add the gribblies and things. This one was just a log cabin that I picked up there and just added a few things of my own to do stuff. I need to add the gribblies, figure out what I'm doing with the roof, and go through and finish it up. This was actually a project for a, it was the rough draft trying to figure out how I wanted to do it for a project that I did for my father for Christmas one year. I did a replica of a cabin that we had, and this was my, just practice to learn what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. So this one comes apart, so I just need to go through and finish it. Also, the roof comes off here. Can't do it one-handed very well, so I apologize. So there you go. So just need to go through, finish painting that, adding some other stuff and fixing things on it. But so those are some others that I just need to finish. Here we have a ship that I'm working on, started a long time ago. Not really happy with where it's at, but I want to finish it and then come back and probably do another one that's better. But this again was a good starting point for me. So it does come apart into different sections so that you can, it has a lower section so you can play different levels. That's why the whole of it doesn't really fit together very well, but I need to go through and fix that and make some corrections there and go through. But I'll finish this one and then do one that, since I know what I'm doing, I'll go and make another one. Just want to have this one primarily for games like GURPS and things like that, but it can also be something used in a war game of some sort. So and then this is the masthead that I want to do for it. It's going to be the Monarch is the ship's name, so thought a butterfly would be pretty good. This one's been kicking around almost from the dawn of time. Just was doing some industrial style terrain and using cans and things like that, and just never really got my direction or got where I was going with it, and so it's still just in this phase, and it's just been torn up, just sitting around being tossed around. So it has a lot of work to do if I go back and finish it. I may just rip everything up and salvage the pieces for other things, but probably just redo things. I'm not really happy with where it's at right now. Alright, this is a hill that I started back at the dawn of time when I first started doing terrain a lot. Just foam board, the old terrace style, just pulled out pockmarks, things like that. Haven't based it, haven't done anything like that. Well, I have a little bit of sand and stuff on it. And then I have these toy sandbag bunker things on there that I put there. I mean, actually kind of useful in a lot of games, but I just never finished it, and we end up using it a lot, so it's one that I do want to go in and finish and make look pretty good, but I want to get a board done that it will match first, so, or want to get it done in a way that will match a board when I get a board done, or a mat done, so it's one that might still be a little while on the back burner. These are some industrial terrain stuff that I was working on. Just started on for kind of Necromunda, just giving some, like, starting to do some stuff for industrial like parks, so that like there was some different, there would be different levels. I was going to build stairs and like a even a like metal frame of a building that was going up, so that you could climb around, put your guys on different levels and stuff. But yeah, it was primarily for Necromunda, but obviously could be used in any game, but not real easy to see what it would, like, get an idea of what it was going to be, just because it's so unfinished. But I do plan on coming back to these, and I hope that when I get them done, like, I can show these and people will get an understanding for, or appreciate where it started to where it went. So hope to come back to these ones eventually. So here's a church that I was working on. Just came from a Civil War building that I turned upside down and like did a few things because it was for a different scale. But working on this church, not a lot left to do on the outside. I just need to fix that bell tower and finish it, and then like paint and stuff that needs to be finished, but not a lot of work on the outside. Inside still needs some work. Just trying to put some pews in there and a pulpit, and just small little church, probably Western or something along those lines, but might play for like might play for Dracula's America, but still could be used in other games. Is it just a armored mausoleum or something along those lines, just with something made from a sandcastle mold, and just went in and started doing stuff, but never finished it. And again, I use it in a lot of games, and so should really go in and finish it, but I just haven't been. So there it is. This is one that I started on and forgot all about, but it's supposed to be from one of my favorite TV shows. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I was trying to make Patty's Pub, but just never really got very far in it, and not sure that I have the layout right for it, but just a ruined version of Patty's Pub. So you know, the entrance here, I didn't put the pillars in. This was gonna be the restrooms, and just a few tables there, the bar here, the pool table, the back office that has been pretty ransacked and pretty destroyed. But anyway, that was a project that I have and still want to finish, but again, it's one of those ones where I might redo it because I've learned a lot since then, and probably could start from scratch better than trying to salvage this, but we'll see in the end when I get there. But I'd like to get this one done just because It's Always Sunny is one of my favorite TV shows. Here's a little bit more industrial terrain that I've been working on, just out of like trash pieces around that work pretty well for this stuff, but just need to get some more greebles. I say greebles, just little bits to enhance it and to make it like more recognizable as the kind of terrain I'm going for. And then painting it up will make a big difference on it as well. You'd be surprised how much of a difference paint jobs can do on like the stuff that you have. This terrain is just some stuff that I had that I was putting together for Gaslands. If you watched our video, some of it you may have seen, but it just has never been finished. So like here we have like one of the gates. That's the first gate. I have it marked by the number of tires. So then over here, this is the fourth gate, number 4. Depending on the race you're using, you use a different number of gates. But these are just some scatter terrain to throw out on your racetrack that once I get it painted up, you know, should be a little post-apocalyptic looking and, you know, wastelandish. So fit into Gaslands. Here we have a prison that I was working on for, again, 4 last days. Again, should have drawn all my like cinder block in or textured the concrete, whichever way I was going to go with that before I glued it all in together. So I might have to go through and rip that out to get that done. But so that's the top floor. Then this is the bottom floor of the prison. Yeah, just the beginnings of it. I want to go back and finish this, especially if we go back to playing last days, because one of the refuges that the people can use is a prison. So I want to have that in case we play one of the missions that they have to defend their refuge. Another piece of terrain that I was making for predominantly last days, but just a little mobile home. I was thinking about making a bunch of these just to make little trailer park for the gangs to fight over resources in. So haven't done much on the interior at all, but that's my mobile home that I started for that. This here is a gun shop that I was working on for last days. Had just gotten started on. So up here on the top you have the range. Then down on the main level you have the store area, and I was building a display rack here for the weapons. And then there's the stairs going up and the back door. Then in here, I don't know if you can see that very well, I have a bunch of different weapons and some army surplus stuff. This is a little gas station, or the beginnings of the gas station. Need to do the pumps and stuff. Probably, again, mostly use it for last days, but doesn't have to be used for that. And then you've got the interior here. A police station that I was working on for last days. Upper floor here just has some offices in it so far, and nothing really else in there yet. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with this area. Then you have a little balcony area over the garage here, and this opens up, and inside here you have some more offices, some open area. That's going to be where the cells are, the holding cells. Then the roof to the garage comes off, and you can see the garage there. But yeah, so this was the police station for last days that I was working on. Here we have one of my, all-time favorite pieces of scenery that I've started on and never finished. This is a mall for last days. One of the refuges you can use as a mall. Like you can see, I've gotten super far on this one. Too far to back down and say I need to start over or anything, but no, just one that I've had in mind for a long time. Got this piece for, never, other than like doing a layout, like a sketch of a layout for the mall, a few different ones, just have never even started it. So that's awesome. So there you go, guys. That's the Hall of Shame. I hope you like this. One thing, if there's a project that you saw in there that's not finished that you're interested in seeing the finished project of, then go ahead and put that in the comments, and That might help motivate me to finish some of these. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.